Hello everybody, Manithral here, and welcome to the OSRS weekly update video. Now this week we see Tombs of Amascut and Group Ironman changes. So here we get into it. So the updated, for the Tombs of Amascut first, they updated how the supplies work. So it can now, items can now be dropped to the ground directly from the supply bag interface. When withdrawing an item, the slot that was actually selected is the one withdrawn, instead of the one on the top of the supplies bag. The jugs of Zabak have been given an attack delay, so you can preserve ammo by attacking them once. The summary board will now acknowledge any member that is left mid-raid, giving you a fresh new way to flame your salty teammates. Fix an issue where the Deadly Prayers invocation was showcasing incorrect stats on the summary interface for player prayer effectiveness. The following items have now been marked as valuable to stop any accidental drops: Missouri Crafting Kit, the Ancient Remnant, Remnant of Zebek, Kefri, Baba, and Akka. Then we go into the Group Ironman changes. So they're given a chance to changes, and please note that the changes are fully permanent and will not be subject to review by the player support team, so don't take the decision lightly. So basically, Iron players have already been flagged, able to be set as permanent flagged on their account, preventing them from ever changing their status, as many have noticed this choice before with the introduction of the unranked Group Ironman mode. So they're given another chance to change this, but obviously, unless they give another chance to change it, last chance. But solo Iron players who are currently permanent will receive a message upon login stating that their permanent setting has been changed to limited. So this means that you can become unranked Group Ironman if you wish. However, you still may not become a main account. So basically, you just got to kind of go within the Ironman means if you have it like that. Visiting the Iron Tutor and Lumbers will allow you to access the permanence of your Iron status, and in case it hasn't sunk in yet, you'll be warned about the ramifications of this decision before you're allowed to make it. So here it has the three different options. You got the pin, the permanent, and the limited. So keep that in mind. But just think about this before you make any hasty decisions, is my encouragement. Steam and mobile client fixes. So they've been working how different things have been going on. They tweaked the new tooltips to make them easier to read. The shortcuts in the Guardians of the Rift to southwest of Necropolis are now highlighted by the Agility Helper. Redwood trees at the Farming Guild will now display their respawn timer when chopped. Venom now correctly displays on the buff bar. Steam only players can now complete the Stronghold security with either 2FA or Steam Guard enabled. Java and Steam, holding the shift key while on the inventory, while then switching to a different tab, letting go of the shift, and then switching back to the inventory will no longer keep the shift button active. Clue steps, which display a lot of text on the Clue Helper overlay, will now have a scroll bar which lets you read the whole thing. The Clue Helper display now correctly shows you that you need the turquoise row bottoms for easy clue step by the Lumbridge Mill. The Cipher Clue, where you need to talk to Elenud, now correctly displays the world map icon when looking at Profindus map. The spacing between the lines in the Clue Helper overlay has been adjusted to shorten the gap between sections. Fix an issue where certain quest clues weren't showing the relevant information. The HP bar will now correctly appear when the entity is attacked at the exact moment of the previous HP bar fades out. Fix an issue where the Herbivore Helper was not updating correctly in certain instances. And then we have the beta news. So good news, they're keeping the Wilderness Boss Rewards beta open for another week. So as a result, they lower the Voidwalker special attack cost to 50%, down from 60%. So go and check that out, see if that has a better feel to it. Upgrade the poison damage to P++, as previously as P+. Base damage type to a player's equipped weapon and attack style. Prevent use of the poison dynamite in infect caves. Prevent dynamite from inflicting poison effect when 0 hits. Prevents players from hitting multiple targets with the poison dynamite, even in multi-way combat. Easier target options were big point in earlier feedback, and they have 2 alternatives they'd like to get people's thoughts on. So, poison dynamite will always hit in a 3x3 area of attack. This also lets them update fun weapons, making them -100 in all stats. And poison dynamite will become a thrown/sticky or sticky. The players must use the dynamite on the NPC within 1 tile range with significant action delays. So one thing they will not do is changing the poison type to venom, as they fear that would be too overpowered, and it goes against the premise of the new item as is. So the last bit of the news on the beta front, the quest speedrunning of beta has gone fantastic, and they'll be working hard on making improvements based on the feedback before it launches. Other changes is that the players using the quick board option Zora's boat will no longer be able to have their cameras forcibly locked in place to observe the snake spawn animation, meaning they'll be able to start the fighting the snake slightly faster. Crawl's bow and Vigoro's chainmates bonuses will no longer apply to magic damage. Spammy message about the pet reclamation is no longer displayed on Tutorial Island, as the players there shouldn't need it. Group iron players are no longer permitted to travel from Lumbridge to the node whenever the grouping system becomes temporarily unavailable, as they'd be obliged to wait in the node until the system became available again. Solve amulets now have a make-all dialogue for stringing them, as other amulets do. Players cutting solved shards from the outcrops after completing Dynamite will now continue to cutting shards until they cancel the action without need to click repeatedly. And the PvP rota has moved to period B, so 560 UK PvP, 579 US high risk PvP, 561 UK free to play PvP, 580 US LMS competitive, and the World 390 AUS LMS competitive has been deactivated this rota. The PvP arena is max/med this week. So do go and check those out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.